Hello guys, and welcome to this video. As the title you can see, like it is about connecting the Power BI dashboard to your ServiceNow instance. Okay, so in the market or in the YouTube till now, you will be able to see like everyone is using kind of paid connector. Okay, and also I have seen like they have connected through other way that incur with charges. But today in this video I'll walk you through like how you can connect the Power BI dashboard or integrate the Power BI dashboard into your ServiceNow UI pages or the UI portal, wherever it is. But I'll just show you like how we can connect it by without paying any kind of charges, without using any kind of connectors. So I would say this is a very good video and a very good demo that I'll show you in this video. So let me start from the beginning. Okay. So, okay. So going to here in the content. So first in the service now, you have to go to application registry. You have to create a provider, like who will be providing you that application. So basically you need to create a new record with a provider type. Okay. A client provider. And then as you know, like you have to integrate the Power BI dashboard. So you have to create a REST message as this will be a resource of the Power BI application. And here in this video, I'll show this Power BI dashboard in the ServiceNow portal widget. But you can use in your UI widget, the UI pages everywhere. Like this is pretty much same. When you have configured your application registry REST messages, then you can just simply call the REST message and can show you, right? Can show your dashboard. Now the prerequisites, like what you will require in order to set up this integrations. So first thing is the client ID, the client secret, the tenant ID, okay, the dataset ID, report ID, and one more thing is group ID. That means the Power BI application will be having only one group ID, so it will be kind of constant. So you can store that in your system property. So 6 will be your group ID, okay, and the tenant ID is basically your organization's tenant ID. If they are using the Azure services, then you will definitely get the tenant ID. So this is for every organization. This is same like for that specific organization who have bought the services of the Azure one. Okay. And the client ID and client secret of the Power BI applications. So pretty much where you will get this kind of things. So you will gonna get kind of things by your Power BI team or your data team. So they will provide you as the requirement will be like, as we know that in the industry, we get this kind of thing from the Power BI team. So they will provide you this client ID and client secret. Okay. So keep in mind that whatever the client ID and secrets they are providing, so they have provided the admin rights to use the resources of that applications. Okay. So you need to uh, get that permission as well in order to get a successful connections. Okay. Now, and also I would like to say, like before integrating in your application registry, please use the Postman and check your connections before doing that. And after that, you can create an application registry or REST message. But here, like whatever I'll show you, you will not be required anything like Postman without Postman, you will be able to do that. So this will be the prerequisite. So the sixth one I forgot to write. So group ID will be also required. And so as the first step was creating in the application registry. So first the step like you go to system auth application registry, create new and connect to a third party auth provider. So here you can see this connect auth here. You can easily see that connect to a third party auth provider. So you need to select this one. And then after that, you have to add the client ID, client secret, and this OAuth API script will be the same. So you can leave this one and this token URL. So this will contain your tenant ID and this you can write here. You have written this token URL. So this will be your tenant ID here. And after that, OAuth entity scope. So here will be your entity scope. This URL I have provided you, and this will be your URL. Okay, the instance URL. And now go to the REST message and create one outbound REST message. And now after creating, like I have provided the endpoint, what your endpoint you need to write. So you will require to api.powerbi.com/v1.0. So this you need to provide. And like after that, you need to provide the authentication type and the OAuth profile, the application registry you have created earlier in step one. And this HTTP method you need to create, like post method you need to create. So you can just ignore this default get type. So the post method you need to create. And here I have listed out like in the HTTP method what you need to write here, name, content, and this parameter you need to write. Okay. So once you have set up your REST message, so you can test your connections after that. Okay. So test your connection, you will be able to test your connection. So just get one, what do you say? So just get one dataset ID and report ID, one sample kind of thing from your Power BI team. So they will provide you anyway. So yeah, you have to go now to ServiceNow widget. So add this in your HTML. Okay. This ID you can use anything. And you have to write the server script and the client script both. So I have just make this hidden because these are some personal data, I would say, or personal code that I'm not allowed to share this kind of thing. So I'll walk you through later. So this will be your client script. So here you can see your client script. So I'll walk you through in my PDI to show you and add this dependency Power BI and JS include. Okay. So and create one page where you will be adding this widget. Okay. Now let me walk you through my PDI. Okay. So this is my PDI. And now if I show you this Power BI, here you can see, oh, sorry. This I can't share with you because this is just confidential kind of thing. So, okay. So Now I've created that. So I've created this Power BI record, and after that I'm just making those things blur or hide some things. Just give me some time so that I can reduce some of the things. So after when you click that, so inside that, so you have to write your client ID, client secret, and your token URL. So here it will be different. Let's tenant ID you need to write, and this token URL, and your instance URL, this URL, and O3 direct.do, and leave as is. Now you have to create this OAuth profile, and in the OAuth scope, you need to create one entity scope. Okay, so keep this as is, create this, and add this URL. Okay, so once you have added those URL, go to the REST message. Here you can see I have created one REST message. So again, let me just check some of the things that maybe I won't be able to show you, but yeah, let me show this one. So in the REST message, you can see I have just got this token like from the application registry that I've selected. The token got access. The endpoint, I'll write this endpoint. So the endpoint will be the same. So you can use this endpoint. And now, so as I said, you need to remove this one. So this is not required. This is default like that when you create a new REST message, right? So this one you need to create. And now after that, after that, here in the authentication, just select inherit from parent, and in a HTTP request, add this HTTP header content type application/JSON, and HTTP query parameter. Just add this object that I've written. So you have to use as is, and you can just auto generate. So after that, it will be generated your dataset ID and report ID. So once you have generated it, you can test the connection. So your connection is test 200 successful. That means I am able to connect my Power BI to my ServiceNow. Okay, so it is connection is successful, and now I'll go to widget, or let me go to the pages, service portal pages. Here I've created one new page where I have added this widget where I have written everything. So before showing you that, so let me remove some of those IDs for the confidential purpose. Okay. So I hope like you will be able to get everything. Like this is not so much difficult. So this is pretty much easy. So no one tell that. So yeah, you don't need to use the connectors. So this is pretty much like very easy steps. You need to figure this, and you need to connect this one. And yeah, so let me just share you the widget codes. So now here you can see I have created one div where I'll be able to put my dashboard. So this ID where I'll just write my code and define this ID, call this ID where I need to show this Power BI dashboard. And now inside this server script, so I need to take the dataset ID, report ID, and the group ID. Okay, so these three things are the most important things in order to generate that Power BI specific dashboard. So the REST message I have created, I'll call that REST message with the name, the Power BI, and this iframe report. So the REST message I have created. So here let me show you. This one I have called, and this I have called, right? So I have called this one in the parameters where my report ID and dataset ID again. So here, this you can see report ID, dataset ID. This is report ID, dataset ID, and the report ID that I have defined at the top. This one, that one. I've called this one. Now I'll execute this REST message. Okay, and this embed token I have shown you. So this will basically generate that embedded token through the testing that I have showed you. So it will generate that token. So basically what this token will do, this will provide you authentication that you have the right to use that specific dashboard. Now you have to write the embed URL. So this will be your embedded URL. And now call this or save this your embedded token that you have generated here through the REST message, the embedded URL, group ID, and report ID. Okay. So again, I am saying that the report ID, group ID will be the same. So you need to store that in system property, and the dataset ID and report ID, this one will be the static one, or based on the client. If you say so, you need to query that record and create one master record. I would say a master table where you will be storing for each client. And after that client create pull that value where you'll be storing this dataset ID and report ID for that use case or for that specific client. So this will be gonna be your dynamic kind of thing. So once you have got the embedded token, embedded URL, group ID, report ID. So after that, let's go to the client script, a client controller. So here you can see I have called this CDN. So first of all, when the page load is loaded, so you need to call this CDN, this resource, because we have all those kind of libraries have been invoked in this CDN. So on the page load, you have to just include this callback function. And now we will create one embed Power BI report function where we will use this embedded token, embedded URL, group ID, and report ID, where we will concatenate those all things and we'll create one the URL that we see in the Power BI dashboard. So we need to create that URL. So here you can see we have saved all those data and passed in this function. And now this configs again, you need to create a config, like what are the things you needed. And you need to configure those things that you have taken from the REST message. And now this will be the static. Again, you have to write the same things here. Token type, again, this will be the same. Access token, embed URL. So group ID here you can see. So I've called this embed URL, group ID, report ID. Okay. Through this, you will be able to get the embed URL. So this URL only you have to show that in iframe. Okay. Now the report container that I have created in my HTML, this HTML I've created this report container. So I'll put that URL. So I have configured my Power BI dashboard and report container here you can see. And now just embed that. This will be the CDNs that you have called. So these are the methods that we are calling. So these are the necessary things you need to call to embed that report. And now load that BI script. Okay. With this data here, I have called this one. And again, the function I have created. So I'll call it and just here report container. So I'm just embedding that, right? So yeah, so this is pretty much yes. So now if I show you in my page, let's try. Now here you can see my Power BI got integrated. Okay. So this is the testing dashboard. So that's why you will not be able to see the content of the dashboard, but it got integrated and you are able to see the Power BI dashboard. Okay. So let me show you one of those working dashboard so you get the clarity. I think you have got the point, like what I just wanted to show. So you are able to integrate the Power BI dashboard very easily, right? So not even this Power BI dashboard. So any kind of integrations you are seeing or you have the requirement to integrate that. So first of all, the main basic thing is that you need to create that application registry and then REST message. So that what application registry does, application registry is basically authenticating you, providing you an authorization to use that application. So the app in the, say in the Power BI, we have created the application registry. So we are able to authenticate that application. So this is like a backend kind of thing, and you're not seeing the UI, but this is all kind of backend. So you are able to authorize that. And in the REST message, you are able to create that endpoint, like what resource you are trying to fetch or you're trying to modify, query that. So whatever that endpoint does, so you need to create that REST message. So once you have created or gotten to authenticated inside that REST message, so once it is successful, just call the REST message in your UI page or in the portal widget, wherever. So yeah, so if I show and refresh it here, you can see you got the dashboard, right? I should not show everything, so you got the point. Yeah, so this is it for this video, and I hope that this helped you much, because you will not be able to find anywhere. So I thought that you should have the right to know the basics, like how we integrate any applications or the Power BI dashboard into your ServiceNow application. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for joining this video, and I hope you are able to learn something productive and useful thing. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.